Beer Night, and Guy McClelland travels many places to introduce you to new brews and give you the best advice of what beer to match up with your food, and that includes the holiday season. Guy, welcome back to CTV Morning Live.
Thank you very much, Jesse. It's fantastic to be back in Edmonton.
It's not just a nickname that they've given you, the Beer Night.
True.
You're actually a knight from Belgium.
That's correct. So we won't go into that today, but I appreciate that you recognize that. I was knighted by the Belgian government.
Yeah. You brought in a few brews this morning, and we want to talk about the importance of matching the right beers with the right foods.
And we wanted to tie this to the season. It's fall. You're the weather guy. The frost isn't quite on the pumpkin, but it is Thanksgiving time.
Yes.
And fall time also is the time of the harvest. In Canada, certainly in the prairies, and as it was back in the old days and still is in Europe.
Yes.
And what we've brought is a little bit of European tradition today.
Okay.
Beers of color, beers of taste, beers that go with traditional foods. Beer is married with gastronomy in Europe. Still to this day, we've kind of lost our way a little bit in North America.
Yeah.
So we've brought a little alignment of some interesting suggestions for the dinner table and your guests, perhaps, family gatherings this weekend and Sunday, Monday. So I've started pouring a couple. I want you just to smell that one because I know you're not old enough to drink yet.
Wow.
Oh, no, you're not allowed to drink. I'm
right,
sorry.
that's what it is.
Sorry.
It's actually a very strong scent.
I just wanted you to smell that and tell me what you smell.
It smells a little bit fruity.
Yeah,
maybe.
That is a Belgian lambic called Mort Subite.
And what would you pair this with?
That would be fantastic as an aperitif.
Okay.
And it is the best thing on this planet with chocolate cake.
Perfect.
So,
and we were talking
before and after the meal, I would say.
Good stuff. We were talking about the importance of the glass shape as well, similar to maybe a wine.
Very good point. I mean, I'd love to make a couple quick comparisons to wine, but also that importance of the glass. As you can see, we have a glass and actually a unique glass for each of these beautiful beers from Europe. I just poured Erdinger Dunkel of Erding, Germany, just outside of Munich. That is a Bavarian purity law wheat beer. You can see it's very dark in color.
Yes.
And one of the lessons we like to teach also is about that color of beer doesn't predict the taste strength. So you shouldn't be afraid of this one.
Okay.
That is a light beer because it's wheat and it's lightly hopped, so not bitter.
Perfect.
Anyways, the glass thing, as we all know, most of us eat a little bit too much that day. And there's a certain point in the day where you just go, whoa, I got to stop. So to some people, which I'm going to say is a myth, beer would be filling and bloaty, but in fact it is not.
Okay.
It needs to be poured in a glass and the head exploded out so that you're not swallowing a bunch of CO2, which is naturally produced in fermentation.
Wow.
One bottle of beer would contain 2.5 bottles of gas if you put it straight in your tummy.
Okay.
So one lesson is glass. Another lesson is sometimes the right glass that accentuates the characters. But really, you know, talking about wine a little bit, you can think about ales as red wines. You can think about lagers as white wines in terms of getting a relevance to matching with food and bringing it back to the dinner table. Tendency is to match stronger intensity beers with stronger intensity foods. Like so, big ales like Affligem Abbey beer, 1,000-year-old monastery from Belgium, and Delirium Tremens. I should pour one of these just to show how beautiful it is.
Yeah, we have about 30 seconds
Wow, the time's flying.
Yeah, it's really gone by, but a lot of great information to go along with this. While he's pouring this beer, you can find more about the Beer Night and all about which beers you should be serving or cooking with for this year's Thanksgiving feast by heading to our website, edmonton.ctvnews.ca, and clicking on Morning Live. Thanks again for being here this morning.
Thanks for having us.
A lot of great information.
Appreciate it.
More coming up in just a few minutes.